Hello, it's Saturday now. Update on my visa. It did not come back yesterday. What can you do? All these holidays we've been having the last couple months, and they said they're backed up. I ran into my buddy Steve down here by the river. He was walking by. We had a nice long conversation. We hadn't seen each other in a while. Interesting guy. I always like talking to him, but he told me he had just got his 1-year extension back, and it did take about a week longer than usual. So they told me it's not going to be back until Wednesday next week. So I will be making my trip Thursday instead of today. It's kind of a bummer. I was hoping to get it back and get it done, just get it over with, because I had to start my work process thing, but it is literally out of my hands. Literally, I do not have my passport, so I have to rely on the powers that be to get it done. Anyway, we're walking down here by the river, and I see all these up. I don't know. I don't think this is where they're staying, but maybe. Activists in Butwal come together to declare the town liberated from untouchability. Similar rallies have been organized in several places. And a mass gathering in Rajburaj to protest the social boycott of chamars. I'm not sure what these are doing or what they represent, but here's something from 1963, 1965, Nepal. It's from Nepal. I found this very interesting, though. These seem to be from Nepal. This is some pretty dark stuff here too. Huh. I'll see if I can get some more information. I don't want to just read everything and have people asking, well, what was that all about? If I don't know, but I really like the pictures, and they have something to do with protests in Nepal, and also some of the history. It looks like the sound of the people. There's some instruments in a wedding procession through a small village bazaar. Very interesting. Local musicians. Huh. I don't know what's going on here. I think she got arrested though. All right. Hello. This is very interesting. That's very interesting. Nice butterfly. Ooh, camouflage. Almost looks camouflage. Yeah. Well, it's very interesting. I'm not sure what it represents, but oh, okay, there we go. I finally got some information. Anchor Photo Festival and Workshops, December 8th through the 20th. There is the exhibition dates. Okay, that makes sense. And I assume, I don't know if these are staying right down here in that order. They seem to be in no discernible order, but I will see if, like I said, if I can ask around and find out exactly. Anyway, I found it very interesting. Somebody asked me about beef over here, specifically like ribeyes, T-bones, porterhouses, that kind of thing, if you can get them here. I answered him in the comments, but I'll let you all know, yes, you can. You can get a nice, delicious steak dinner with a cut of your choice. And there are several places here that do it well. But it comes with a pretty hefty price tag because the beef at these places is usually imported for that kind of cooking, to cook a whole steak. Generally, the beef they use here does not have a lot of fat. It's not that tender without being cooked or stewed for a long period of time, because the cows over here are work animals. They work a lot. They don't have a lot of fat. They don't get to be lazy in a field of green grass. So they usually chop the beef, and like I said, put it in soups and stews where it can cook up for a long time to get tender. I think if they tried to use it as a steak of some kind, it would be pretty tough, not that juicy, probably not that pleasant to eat. So you would have to go to one of the finer dining establishments to get a nice steak dinner, but you will get like the, you know, the baked potato, sour cream, vegetables, all that. I couldn't give you a price, but from ads I've seen in certain groups on Facebook, it's anywhere from $17 to $24. So, and for over here, that's a princely sum. That is not chump change when it comes to food over here. But if you have a craving and you have the money, certainly you might want to check out one of those places. When I go by one the next time, I will be sure to show you, give you a location. And somebody else asked about different bars where you could go just chill out, listen to some tunes, have a good time without being on Pub Street. And yes, that is available in several places. There is a little alleyway on the way to Pub Street. I think they actually nicknamed it Little Pub Street because it's close, but all the bars there are smaller. They're more relaxed. They have a good atmosphere. There's like 4 or 5 different small bars down there. A lot of them offer music. A lot of them offer different kinds of music. So pick the one that you want. There's even one that does a whole ladyboy show every night. It is gay and bisexual, trans-friendly bar. I heard the show is pretty good. I might stop in there and check it out one day. There's what's known as Kamai Pub Street, which is a distance from Pub Street. This is for a more local... Hello! This is for a more local flair, if you want. Not a lot of tourists or foreigners. And one of my subscribers who has been here before mentioned that that was his favorite place to go to bars when he was here. He said he went to Pub Street once just for the experience. Didn't go back. He preferred Kamai Pub Street because everybody's friendly, again, chilled out, laid back, different kinds of music, different kinds of activities going on. And then there are any number of bars on any number of streets that you could try out. my street, Street 20, has a bar called The Local. It's more of an expat tourist bar. A lot of foreigners. I think that's because they don't deal with cheap beer. They do the old craft beer thing. They make it themselves, and of course with a price to match. So a lot of Khmer people probably can't afford to go in there and spend $3 or $4 on a glass of beer when you can get it for 50 cents elsewhere. But if that's your thing, and again, if that's your thing and you have the money, you should check that out. But every little area and street will have 2 or 3 little tiny bars that are off the beaten path. Don't get a lot of action. Nice little places to go in there when you want to be by yourself for a couple hours. You sit in there, have yourself a few beers, play on your phone, or play a game of pool. There are also several bars that will play YouTube videos, music videos for you, and they will often let you pick what you want to hear. You want to hear Metallica, ask them to play Metallica. You want to hear George Strait, ask them for that. And if it's on YouTube, which most music is nowadays, they'll play it for you. So yeah, you can get steak here for a price, and you can go anywhere and drink, whether you're looking for a chilled out, relaxed atmosphere, or the hustle and bustle of pub streets. If you're into the crowds and into like going to clubs instead of bars, you would probably want to go to Pub Street. And I think if you're here, you should go at least once, just for the experience. It's just kind of like what people do. They're going to be in the Siem Reap area for a few days. They usually take a couple days to go see the temples of Angkor Wat, and then at night they like to party on Pub Street. So it's kind of a tradition, I guess you could say. I mean, not all bars down by Pub Street are loud and noisy and crowded. There are a couple that are more laid back. Or even if they do get a little crowded, it doesn't feel like it because they're just these big, huge places and they can fit a lot of people. So even though there might be 50, 60 people in a room, the room's big enough where you don't feel like you're being crowded or anything else. Alright, so we're stopped here at this intersection. I don't know why, but I'll find out and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Pause it. Pause.
Me pack? Me shot? Hello, Seng Ly. Đấy. Sao mày tiết đi? Mày phân lịch rồi đấy. Ăn prop tần shot ra mày đó.
Tuesday? Tuesday. Tuesday.
Hello, Seng Ly. Mày phân lịch rồi đấy.
No, you Khmer, speak Khmer.
Me Khmer?
Yeah.
Me Khmer.
Yeah. It's funny sometimes I can't get her to be quiet, and now I put the camera on her and she's just like, I don't know. I was trying to get her to say in Khmer, hello, my name is Seng Ly. I like Cambodia. Would you be Tuesday? Tuesday? Hello in Khmer.
Hello.
In Khmer.
Khmer. Khmer cái đó.
My Tuesday. Hello, Tuesday.
Hello, Tuesday.
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 You come on, you should know this. Right. Well, that didn't quite go as planned, but I'm going to keep it in there anyway. I was trying to get her to say all that stuff in Khmer, and she thought I wanted her to say it in English. And of course, I was trying to give her what to say in Khmer. I couldn't figure out why she didn't know how to say hello, but the thing is, I was saying it wrong. Susadai, not Tuesday. So she thought I was trying to say Tuesday. That was pretty funny though. At least we had a good laugh. Red Buff Coffee House. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice little place. Go in there, get some coffee, sit down in the rattan chairs. Yeah, they got all those plants and flowers up there on the wall. Yeah. It's one of them new places that went up, I think. I think it's new. If it's not, I have just never noticed it before. That's completely a possibility. Got a nice little next door. Nice little walk around, little pond. This is the La Riviere Sky Bar and Restaurants. $8, $8, $9. Oh, yeah, that's all I need to see. But if you look at it, it's very, very nice. Kind of away back from the streets. So if you fancy something fancy and have the money, I'm sure you could do a lot worse than this place. I like to tell people if I spend more than $3.50 on a single meal, either aliens have stolen my body and replaced me with a clone, or I'm suffering dementia. So either way, if you see me doing that, get me out of here. Get me out of here. But that's just me. All right, I'll end this one here. Just a nice little walk around. Kind of like days like this, don't really have anything to do, nowhere to go. You can just take your time and walk around the city, see some things that, like an interesting Nepal art display down there. I'm going to find somebody who knows something about that, so I can let you know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I don't think that's the whole display. I think that might be a preview type of thing, or perhaps they just set them there to move them to the venue, or it is possible that they just put them out there for everybody to see when they walk along the river. Could go either way. I had a lot of information on the pictures about what was going on, but not not a lot of information about what it was, or if it's being held in another location or anything like that. So I'll look it up, let you know. But I'll end this one here. We're going to finish our walk before it starts raining. Breeze is kicking up, and that usually means rain. I didn't tell her to say any of that. But still, I'll end this one here, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Ooh, nice flowers.